Why isn't anybody talking about this? Guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, I'm C. Smith Calvin. Usually on this channel I talk about Zwift, TrainerRoad, or my journey and training with cycling. But today we're gonna do something a little different, switch it up, and talk about a topic that I have no idea why no one is talking about this. Today we're gonna talk about Lotto Destiny's intra battle, Caleb Ewan versus Arnaud Delis. Many people know who Caleb Ewan is. Just in case you don't know who he is a pure sprinter. He's on Lotto Destiny, which was Lotto Soudal, change sponsors. You guys know how that works. If you don't know who Arnaud Delis is another rider who started in Lotto's development program, and he is also a pure sprinter, which I think now after his recent results you can kind of argue whether or not he's a pure sprinter, but they're both on Lotto Destiny. Caleb's from Australia, Arnaud is from Belgium. One of the first differences between the two sprinters, pure sprinters on the team, is their age. Arnaud is 20 years old. It's crazy how young cyclists are nowadays, and Caleb is 28. And in cycling, that is very important to point out. That's why I'm starting with age, because when you think about if you're running a team / organization, you want to think about the future of your brand, and age and what money and stuff you invest in certain riders. Age starts to play a role in that. In terms of wins, just from a winning standpoint, Arnaud last year, 2022, he cleaned up. Arnaud had 9 wins and Caleb had 7 wins. But I wouldn't take that on face value because Arnaud did a lot of lower level Neo-Pro 1.1 races, whereas Caleb is racing World Tour against the best sprinters in the world. Not to take anything away from Arnaud, but Caleb is going against the best of the best every day. And then when we look at just like the macro level, Caleb, I'm personally more of a fan of Caleb Ewan. He has 5 Tour de France stage wins, 5 Giro stage wins. So when you look on a macro level, Caleb has more quality, high-level wins, but Arnaud is starting to trend in that direction. Now, when we think about the contract perspective, what makes this really interesting, guys, is that both of these riders, they're both pure sprinters, and both of their contracts expire in 2024. Maybe that's why nobody's talking about it yet, but I tend to think that this year is going to be very important in terms of what decision Lotto starts thinking about making long-term for the team, for the organization. And when we talk about the salary perspective, I'm gonna assume that with Caleb's history of winning in the highest level, he's probably making 2-3 times what Arnaud is. And Arnaud Delis, he started on their development team, so I'm guessing that he's on a much lower salary. So when you start thinking about the futures of the team from an investment standpoint, you have an older rider who you're investing more money in than the younger kid who has hypothetically potential to ride longer, things like that. That's when the decision making starts happening in the boardroom. When we talk about the races for 2023, they're actually going to do the Milano San Remo together. That's a race, I mean, on any other day I'll be glued in my seat to watch, but I'm specifically going to be watching that team because I want to see who performs better in that race. Because with Caleb, he can climb. It's just hit or miss. I don't know what it is, but Caleb can be a good climber when he wants to. Arnaud, as of late, I don't know if you watched the Bessages race when he raced against Mads Pedersen, Cosnefroy, like these other top tier punchy guys, and Arnaud made them look like amateurs. That's why I'm really interested to see what he does on Milano San Remo versus Caleb, because if you have a rider who can be a pure sprinter and a puncher, you're actually getting more bang for your buck, especially if he can do that consistently. So that's why I think this gets like really interesting, and why it's gonna be a battle that I'm gonna watch for 2023. And Arnaud is actually doing Paris-Roubaix, Ghent, so I think that Lotto is gonna start. It's obvious that they're ramping up his level of races this year, but I think they're trying to experiment to see, can this guy be a classics guy and a pure sprinter? And if so, you know, how do we move after 24? So here are some potential decisions that I think Lotto will make. So this is my prediction. They'll either let Caleb Ewan walk and re-sign Delis to a multi-year extension, because after next year, Caleb will be 29 or 30 and Delis will be 21. Or the second scenario I think will happen is that Caleb stays but DeLee leaves and go get some big money elsewhere, which could be possible. Or the final scenario is they both re-sign, they both get extended, and they keep them on the team and use them in different ways, which I think is unlikely, but still it's a possibility that it can happen. What do you think? I think with Caleb, even when he's not winning, he is bringing eyeballs to the TV, so great for the sponsors. He's still one of the top pure sprinters, I think, top 3, I would say for sure. DeLee he's shown promise, but he hasn't shown that he can consistently compete against the best of the best, but he is a better climber, I would say, right now. So this is where it gets interesting, guys. I don't really know which way Lotto's gonna go. Let me know what you guys think. Caleb and Lotto have a good relationship because Caleb could have left after last year when Lotto got relegated, but he stayed. So to me, that indicates that they have a healthy, strong relationship. So it'll be really interesting to see. Keep your eyes on this battle. Let me know what you think. And how do you think Arnaud DeLee will perform at Paris-Roubaix in these classic races? Also, let me know what you guys think about these types of videos if you want to see more of them. I watch a lot of cycling, especially when I'm doing Zwift or TrainerRoad on the trainer, and I'm sure you guys do too. There's a lot of different interesting situations that come across my mind. If you guys want to talk about that on this channel, let me know. I'm happy to make more videos. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy this video, please like the video. If you are into Zwift or cycling in general, subscribe to the C. Smith subscriber community. I do mostly videos on Zwift, reviews, things like that. Thanks for your time, guys, and talk to you soon.